came to be.
Started over there, Wayne. I can't disturb the dog. Hold on.
I don't really want to be recorded on everything.
I want to be recorded, and maybe we don't do anything with it. But here's the deal. I get it, but what I'm saying is, you do agree that I hang out with a lot of crazy ass people, in particular women.
Yeah.
And a lot of them talk to themselves and mumble and have gibberish, right? I have a series of texts from you that appears to be that same type of gibberish, okay? And then you started to explain some of that gibberish to me, and I went, oh shit, I haven't slept in a day and a half. I don't know if I can process this. I don't know if I can necessarily trust you to the degree that I want to trust you, because are you a gibber-speaking fool, right? And you don't portray yourself like that at all, right? You're stable, you're confident, and I got to appreciate, I respect the way that you stand up for yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been looking into things myself from the south up here to the north. Obviously,
I don't know what the fuck you're doing with that, but what I'm saying is I am a tough guy to be around, right? In particular, tough row to hoe, because it's a lot of fucking work. And you and I generally get along great. And yesterday, I think we had a couple, bark at you.
Well, I mean, there's a point where everybody's got to put things away. At some point, let it go. At some point.
All I'm saying, dude.
In order to functionally move forward.
I have all of this shit on video, right?
Yeah.
So I have a 6-month Doberman who I am training to be an intimidation animal. Why is that not zooming? There we go. And I have a video currently on my YouTube channel called Would This Intimidate You? And that is a 6-month Doberman barking. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, I would predict that when he matures, that bark will be a lot more intimidating. His physical stature would be a lot more intimidating. Mm-hmm. My question to you is, do you think your physical... I do want that if you don't. Do you think that your physical stature is intimidating?
No. My physical stature?
I would say it is. I say you look like a Marine, even though you're an Air Force pogue. But
I was probably supposed to go... I don't care for Marines, though.
No, they're dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't care for the decisions that they make. And this is not something I decided yesterday. Goes way back. I was in Waco.
Now, I told you my grandfather was a 2-star Marine general. Don't cut my table. But anyway, please continue. It was way back to Waco.
Way back to Waco, when I was going to school in Waco, and a few people that I ran into. And at that point in my time, I like to hunt every year.
For what?
Turkey, deer, quail.
So all year round?
No, just pretty much always winter.
Is it? I don't hunt October. Myself, so I don't know the seasons.
October is when it usually kicks off. But in Waco, it was ground zero for a lot of the methamphetamines.
Okay.
The guy that had the bow shop.
David Karosh?
Well, you know what? That came after.
Okay.
Years after. But there's always been... Waco's always been a hotbed.
Okay.
Okay, and I know a lot about Waco because I am in Texas. I've lived in Texas multiple generations.
Can I cut you off?
Mm-hmm.
Chucky, Command Decision. You know what this is?
No.
Huh?
No.
It's a microfiber towel. You know what it represents?
What?
A lot of fucking work for you. No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because in this house, we're pretty much going to be getting away with from paper towels and switching over to microfiber towels, and we're just going to have to wash them when they get dirty.
Okay.
All right, cool. You were saying?
But there's a lot that's gone on in Waco over the years. They've got Texas, it used to be Texas State Technical, now it's Texas State College. And I know people went there. I went there for a real short period of time.
Yeah.
But I know quite a bit about Texas, and lots of stuff started in Texas. Yeah.
I want you to know that lamb is way overcooked.
It might be.
No, it's not. It might be. So when I say way, I'm pretty damn confident.
I'm not sure. I mean,
No, I'm sure for you. I'm sure for you.
No, I mean,
I cook the lamb next time.
Well, I want to make sure.
Can I tell you something, dude?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking tender and delicious anyway. You're just gonna be.
Really?
You know how? No, please. You know how much those things are?
I don't know. I just know I wanted to cook.
$5.99 a pound at Costco.
I just wanted to cook it before it went bad.
Well, shit, dude. Let's see if we can slaughter as many fucking lambs for Costco as we do chickens.
But see, my family came over many years ago, and if you look at my last name, considering my dad was a part of the medical industry way back, and he graduated from the University of Houston.
Okay.
The last two letters in my name are R-Y.
Okay.
All right. R-Y is basically the symbol of, in a lot of ways, medical, and anything medical is also most of the time related to Jews.
Okay.
We all know that. They're in the hospitals. The medical field is inundated with people of Jewish faith.
Do you know what the medical caduceus is?
What's that?
The symbol that you see on the ambulance, the rod and the serpent.
Right.
Do you know where that comes from?
I haven't researched it, but go ahead.
Moses used that,
The cane and
the rod and the serpent, you know, and to do whatever fucking Moses did with a rod and serpent. And
Yeah.
Snakes were biting people, bad. Snakes bad, biting people. Look at magic, glowy stick thing,
Yeah.
and everybody's fine.
But unfortunately, my dad, he's kind of unusual. And of course, the stuff that he was working
Aren't they all?
on,
You better get this away from me.
is it good? Eat it.
Dude, it's fucking
Well,
fantastic.
eat it.
All right.
I'm going to get another one.
All right, thank you.
But going on during that period of time, you had Vietnam. Of course, Vietnam, you had World War II. And
What are you eyeing there, Chucky?
The plate.
Logos, come growl at him. Good boy.
so when your parents are
Logos
part-
gets the bones, definitely.
When your father is a part of secret projects, he doesn't get to come home and tell you a whole about it.
Yeah.
And so my mother, I don't know exactly, she just never figured it out. She just gave him a hard time, griped at him and griped at him and griped at him. There was nothing he could tell her about. So he looked like an ass. But he's working on projects that have to do with
Will you
pharmaceuticals.
do me a kindness? Will you grab a knife over there, hand it to Chucky, and yell at him if he just doesn't try the fucking lamb?
Well, you can try.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hand him a knife and yell at him. You might want to threaten him with a knife before you get. Never mind.
Yeah, he can probably handle a knife.
No, he's going to be reluctant about eating the lamb.
No, I'm not be reluctant.
Good, because this dog is going to hump my leg trying to get to this
That's what I'm getting
microfiber
at.
towel.
That's why, well, I cooked this so I could get him the bone out of it, too. And if it didn't turn
No,
out
that's
to be
not
as
perfect at all, dude. That's overcooked fucking lamb.
good- Yeah.
That's still good.
Delicious, isn't it? Wait until you try my lamb.
But I could have easily,
That's the first time I've ever had
and what I was interested in.
Will you
was
cut a
the
piece
medical
off and give it to him now?
Yes.
Because I said he was going to hump me for the scent that was on that microfiber towel. Don't. I will love you. Do me a favor. Don't cut through a bone with my fucking knife.
Okay, my bad.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And then Houston also had Dr. DeBakey, who was doing lots of research with heart transplants and artificial hearts.
Okay.
All of that stuff comes out of the Houston Medical.
Does it?
Yeah, a lot of that research with Rice University.
Take a bite.
University of
Take a
Houston.
bite.
Yeah, I like that.
It's fucking good, isn't it?
I've never had lamb before. It's kind of weird. It's a different taste.
It is different. And then the doctor, I had primary physicians. At the point where my parents were having children was actually a period where doctors still came to your house.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. It was real interesting.
The doctors paid house visits.
They did. They still came to your house, checked on them. You had patients. Well, I say doctors had clients, and you only had so many.
Don't look at me. Eat your bone. We're checking out the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It is not in cinema mode. I can go back one more. Let me see what that does. Now what happens if I zoom up too much?
Sweet potato, and just break that.
Okay. One. That'll
I
work.
just want a little bit of meat.
Touch there. I'm just going to sit here until Logo starts choking on this bone. And then will somebody give him the Heimlich while I record?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Jesus. This video's turned into one of those SMS, whatever the kids like to listen to saliva shit. So we're testing the microphone as well. Okay, let me zoom in and see if it makes a difference. See his big dopey ass ears in there. I'm gonna put earrings in them.
Is that all you think about when you look at his ears?
No, I'm gonna try to get them to stand up, but if they don't stand up, they're floppy enough for earrings. When I was gonna post them, he was a young pup, and had videos talking about how I was gonna do it, and then they kidnapped me, and now my son's not going to display the characteristics that I wanted him to display, much like what the government does to most American families at this point. Yeah. Just separate the man away from the family so the children don't display the characteristics you want them to display. It's quite problematic.
Yeah. I can see where you got a problem with it. I bet you want cookie. Maybe.
Who we have?
Yeah, but less milk.
Something sweet.
Hey, night time.
Mm-hmm.
This camera's pretty good.
Is it?
It's not in cinema mode, so it's not 4K, but I bet you it comes out good. My television sort of sucks, but my iPhone is crazy clear. I need reading glasses, though.
Your telephone sucked, or your TV sucks?
It was a $450 LG. I fucking love LG. I'm just not sure of the quality of this one, but it's definitely good enough, right?
I mean, I can't really tell anything bad about it.
No. And by the way, guys, we got a fucking television. What are we bitching about?
Right.
My dog's got balls. I got a television. I got a couch. We got fucking food. Eating fucking lamb. We might not have food for next week, but we got food for today.
Next week.
Yeah, dude. What's today's date?
There's all kinds of stuff.
Today's the 18th. I don't get paid until the 3rd. The crackhead stole the car and ran the gas out, so we have no gas. We have one mode of transportation, so you and I are going to have to argue over that, Wayne.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I have a couple appointments like on the 21st. So even if we can't move the barge, then we still have an electric bike.
Yeah,
Now,
and next week I'm gonna.
I think I got mad at you, and I apologize, when I was with Corey, right? I went down.
Today?
Yeah, because I went down because Corey came up here irate that I had hit his car. Oh, I saw the
Was he taking that little slide on the back?
on the back, the rear. But did you see all the other dings and bangs all over that whole effing car? So all it did was camouflage the other injuries, right? And I looked at my car, and there was no damage to it that didn't occur from the blown suspension, because you know how the front bumper cover is getting ripped off.
Yep.
So he was of the impression that that damage caused it. So I showed him the level of my car. Like, hey, my car would demonstrate damage at this height because your car demonstrates it at this height. And clearly you see the damage pattern doesn't match up. So like most people, they just stay irate with me and reiterate their thoughts. They either, repeat them over and over again, like they gain validity each time they repeat it, or they get louder and louder. And I'm a yeller. I'm not much of a repeater. I'll do it, but I'm a yeller. So he's out there. Now, I told you I have Tourette's, right? So I fall into these patterns. So he's out there repeating the same thing, which is making me yell out of control. So every time he's saying something, I'm having a Tourette's response. Does that make sense? And he's so fucking stubborn that he believes that his point is more valid the more times he repeats it. So he has me stuck in this perpetual fucking loop of yelling while my dog is running around. Now, what's that on the fucking fridge?
That's the letter that was.
I noticed about you need to keep your dog restricted to you.
Okay, so here's the deal. I asked her to have a meeting so I could specify the ADA accommodations that I need, right? Does that appear to be a scheduled meeting? Or is that...
There's no meeting, it's just a...
It's a warning, a threat letter.
Yes.
So what's happening is I identified myself to her numerous times as a disabled individual. I told her that my animal was not a support animal. It was a service animal. I tried explaining, it to her at that point. Maybe she did, or maybe she didn't pay attention, right? But the end result is I wanted to speak to her. She's very difficult to get a hold of, right? They just came and did an inspection and a repair on my apartment this morning, right? That I placed evidently back sometime in September.
Yeah.
Right? So they're just now getting around to that.
Right.
All I'm saying, dude, is I let him. They said you answered the door, didn't you?
No, I wasn't here.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Somebody came in and said it wasn't you, it was James. Anyway, they said, put the dog away. We're doing this. I said, I'm not putting the dog away, right? You're not going to come into my home and order me to put my service animal away. That would be like me saying, I don't like children. I need you to put your children away. Well, here's the deal. That's my fucking child, right? I'm teaching my child, and people need to leave me the fuck alone. Let me teach my fucking child. If he hurts anybody, I take responsibility for my animal, much like a human would their fucking child.
Would they repair?
There was a little piece of flooring that was coming up over there. It was, I don't know. And then the other one, he said it was a trim thing. So here's the deal, dude. I'm used to a level of opulence, right? I'm not much of a renter, but all I know is they fuck you on the details. Oh, it wasn't like this when you came in. Oh, it wasn't like that. And I really didn't get much of a walkthrough, right?
Right.
So, I just made a list of like, hey, this actively needs to be repaired. And by the way, this was damaged. And that list was done, I don't know.
There's no overly significant abuse in this apartment as far as damage. Some people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I've seen places where people punch the wall.
Have you seen my fucking furniture?
Your furniture? What's damaged? I mean, the dog chewed on it a little bit.
A little bit. There's a fucking buzzsaw. How long does it take a fucking Doberman to make these gentle, fine grooves?
I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, that is hours. Dude, he was chewing on that cop the entire time he was here. And I was like, yeah, he'll chew right through your canvas pants. And you don't even know he's doing it. He's just gently nibbling away at whatever flea he thinks you have. Mm-hmm. And fuck if he didn't beaver that thing up.